Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we'll be making this beautiful turtleneck bodycon dress. I'm going to show you how to draft the perfect turtleneck and how to achieve this beautiful, gorgeous dress. To our subscribers, we want to say thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe to our channel. You can do that by clicking on the subscription button below and the notification bell to get more updates on our latest video. Come along guys, let's jump right to it. I'll be using this beautiful fabric for this dress and it's a 3 years fabric, and this is what I got. My client wanted a bodycon dress, so I'll be using this for the dress. Okay, so first of all, we are going to use our pattern paper to draft out the dress, then insert it on the fabric. Okay, we'll be using the pattern paper to cut out the fabric. The reason why I did not cut it on the fabric is because of the way the fabric is. Okay, so that was why I used pattern paper for mine. So I went ahead and I draft the basic bodice pattern and I got my chest line. So to get your chest line, you know what to do: divide it by 6 plus 1.5. I had my waistline on, then there was no point in adding under bust. Okay, so chest line, bust point line and waistline, hip depth and knee length. Okay, so those are the measurements I use, and also the gown length. So for the armhole, you insert your bust measurement, which is your bust divided by 4, and whatever you have, you mark it. So that was what I used for my armhole, and I came in by half an inch. Okay, so after dividing the armhole depth, it will come in by half an inch. So that was what I used. You can add sewing allowance to your dress if you are making it, but because of how stretchy the fabric is, I advise not to add sewing allowance if you are using a very stretchy fabric. Okay, because no matter how you stitch it, it's still going to be okay. Just use your body measurement. I use half an inch and I end up removing like 1 inch out of it when I was stitching the side of the dress. Okay, so after doing that, after marking the chest line, you go over and you insert the hip depth on the pattern paper. Okay, so that was what I did. I did not insert it earlier. I just remembered and decided to insert it now because we'll be adding the hip measurement also and the waist measurement. So divide your waist. The waist measurement I have for this dress is 31 inches. So divide 31 inches by 4. Whatever you have, that's what you are going to insert on your waistline. After dividing it, I mark my waist measurement and I added half an inch, which was not necessary, but I'm just doing it for you if you are using a fabric that is stretchy but not that stretchy. Okay, so for the hip, you divide the hip measurement by 4, and whatever you have, you insert it on your hip depth. After inserting it, I went over to my round above knee and I took the measurement. For your round above knee, you take your tape and put it round your knees. After doing that, then you take a step forward. So that is going to give you your round above knee. So whatever you have, divide it by 4. But what I did was I went over to the hip and I removed 1 inch from it, and whatever I add on that part, I went ahead and insert it on the hem line. Okay, so that was basically what I did for the dress. Remember what I said, the dress is very stretchy, so there was no point in using the round above knee measurement. So I'm going to connect the lines with my ruler and cut it out. For the neckline, I use 2.5 inches. Okay, so I use 2.5 inches for the wideness and 2 inch for the depth. Okay, that was what I used. So I'm just inserting all the measurements that I use for it, and I just want to mark it on the pattern paper before I cut it out. Okay, so do the same thing for yours and cut it out. So I'm going to cut it out, and we are going to use the pattern to cut out our dress. This is what we use to cut out the front and the back. Then for the back, what you are going to do on the armhole, you'll be adding 0.5 inch. Okay, so that was basically what I did for it. I added 0.5 inch on the armhole. Okay, so I'll cut it out and show you how it looks when I'm done cutting it. This is it after cutting both of them. We are going to now place it front side facing front side, and we'll be stitching the shoulders together. So you stitch the shoulders, then you can add your sleeve before you attach the collar. That was basically what I did. I attached the sleeve, then stitch the side before we attach the collar. So I'm going to do it step by step. So let's pin it up, then we'll cut out our sleeve. For the sleeve, use your sleeve pattern to cut out your sleeve. After using the sleeve pattern to cut out the sleeve, you you have to actually cut out of the sleeve pattern, or when you are stitching, you stitch it so that it will be fitted. Okay, so for the sleeve, there was an opening. I attached an opening to it, so I aimed the bottom part of the sleeve. After hemming it, I stitch it to a point I want the opening to be. Okay, so do the same thing for yours. If you want a straight stitch sleeve, you can do that. Then after doing that, I use my interlocking machine to lock it, and I stitch the side, the two opening together. The reason why stitching the opening instead of using hemming gum was because the fabric is way different from your normal fabric. It has lot of stitches, so it actually blend with it. So after marking that part, I went ahead and pin it up. Okay, so you'll be pinning the sleeve to the dress, and after pinning the sleeve to the dress, you join the shoulder to shoulder, join the sleeve all the way down to the hemline, or where you want the sleeve to stop on the dress. So that was what I did. I finished stitching and I've stitched the sleeve. Can you see the opening and everything on the sleeve? So this is it. You can attach strings to it so that you'll be able to tie it on any part of the dress, of the sleeve, sorry about that. So this is it, and practically we are done with the dress. You just have to aim the button and stitch the sides together. Okay, so this is what I did. You just fold it and you stitch it up. You do the same thing for the other part. So let's go over and work on the neckline. So for the neckline, what you do is you are going to take your tape and take your neck circumference. Whatever you have, that is what we'll be using to cut out the turtleneck for this dress. Okay, so take your net circumference. What I have was 20 inches, and I'm going to use the 20 inches to cut out the neck design for the dress. To cut out the turtleneck, I folded my fabric into four as if I'm cutting out a circle dress or a circle sleeve. Okay, so you mark 4 inches or 5 inches. So the total I had was 20 inches. So I mark 4 inches round. After folding it into four, you mark 4 inches round. Then you go ahead. After you mark the 4 inches, the second line I use 2.5 inch. Okay, so half an inch for sewing allowance on both sides, so I'll be left with like 1.5 inch. So after marking it, cut it out this way. Can you see what I'm doing? When you are done cutting it out, take that piece of neck design that you just cut, that fillet that we just made, and that circle that we just made, and place it on another fabric. Okay, so this was the leftover fabric that I had. It was way small, so I had to join it. So, and I had to cut out the excess. When you are done, you place it, make sure it's equal. Then take your neck measurement, make sure whatever you have, that is it. Okay, so I had to take my neck measurement. You measure your neck so that you're able to get that neck measurement. Okay, your neck circumference. So you see the part the tape is going round, that is where you are going to stitch. So you do it front side facing front side. Can you see what I just did? So you'll be stitching it on the upper part. Okay, so you stitch the upper part. After stitching the upper part, you are going to now cut out that midpoint of that circle. So I will stitch it up and show you what to do next. This is it after stitching. So I'm cutting out the excess. I did not stitch the part that I'm cutting out. That part you see me cutting out was not stitched. It was just the middle that was stitched. So I cut out the excess, and on the midpoint I had to take out the pin that I used to secure it. You cut it out this way. So just cut exactly what I'm doing. Do the same thing for yours. So after cutting it out, you have to notch it round. Notch it round. After you've notched it round, take it to your ironing table and iron it very well. Okay, so that it will be well placed. You see what I did? I had to iron it open before I iron it together. Okay, so after you've ironed it open, you iron it together, and this is what you are going to get. Okay, this is what I have. So I'm going to iron it. After ironing it, I'm going to show you what to do next. I'm done ironing it, and this is what I have. So you are going to pin it around the neck. I had to open up one side of the shoulder. In that way I'll be able to attach my snap button or normal button, or you can use zip if you want to on that neckline, that shoulder area. So I used the snap button and it was way easier. I'm going to do a tutorial on how to make snap buttons. Okay, so this is it after stitching. This is the dress, this is the sleeve. I've attached the strings, and this is how the neck look like. Okay, so this is it. Can you see the neck is well placed with the snap button? It's really well placed, and you are going to love using this method for your turtleneck. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Bye, guys.